Coming up, vaccines are now on the way. Find out how you can get in line for yours. This and more coming up. Newswatch Ole Miss starts now. Good evening, and thank you for tuning in to Newswatch Ole Miss. I'm Kennedi Cooper. Things are looking up for Ole Miss as the Vaccine Distribution and Administration Task Force readies to receive and distribute free vaccines right here on campus. Newswatch reporter Hannah Deer joins us now with the story.
On Monday, December 14th, the distribution of the first round of COVID-19 vaccinations began in the United States amongst adults ages 65 and older, healthcare personnel, EMTs, paramedics, and anyone who suffers from chronic health conditions ages 16 through 64.
So I took the Pfizer vaccine, and I got both doses at UMC, and they were administered by nursing students, and they did a really good job. The procedure was really well organized and went smoothly. I did have a few side effects following both of the doses, like fatigue, a little bit of upset stomach, some joint pain, but all of that subsided after like 48 hours.
Now, nearly 2 months later, the vaccine is making its way here to the university. The exact date for when the university will get the vaccine has yet to be determined, but the Vaccine Distribution and Administration Task Force is ready for its arrival. The campus-wide vaccination program will take place in the Tad Smith Coliseum, where students from the School of Pharmacy will administer the vaccine, beginning with faculty and staff ages 65 and up, and students 18 and up with underlying conditions.
I think it's very important that the university makes access easy for students. I'm going to get the vaccine, so I'm a type 1 diabetic, so I have an underlying condition, which means the COVID could be a lot worse for me than most normal people, so I will be getting the vaccine soon.
The university will continue offering free asymptomatic walk-in testing at the University Oxford Depot, and COVID testings will be available at a number of locations listed on coronavirus.olemiss.edu. Hannah Deer, Newswatch Ole Miss.
Thanks, Hannah. While some students are having issues getting vaccines, students and faculty are having other issues with even getting tested. Newswatch reporter Kaylee Crafton has the story.
The university is pushing students now more than ever to get asymptomatic tested, but some students aren't finding it all that easy. With the new semester came a new asymptomatic COVID testing company, and now a slightly new testing site. The free asymptomatic tests are now offered by Premier Medical Group, and due to winter weather, the testing site moved to University Oxford Depot, just behind the Ford Center. Although walk-in appointments make getting tested easy, some students have trouble getting their results. Sophomore Maria Sal shares her problems with this.
And like the actual testing was straightforward and easy, just drive through, get the swab, and that was it, and that was easy. But the issue was when I got back and was trying to access the results.
Maria says that she had to verify her personal information to create the count, all of it being straightforward.
So I typed that in, and it said, we can't verify your information.
She says it then locked her out of her account because she couldn't verify her identity, so she had to reach out to the company for help. Maria says the company responded the next day, telling her she had 3 tries to verify her identity.
The whole thing I thought was interesting about it is how to make the appointment for the asymptomatic test. I didn't have to put in the last 4 digits of my social security number, but then to try to get my results, they wanted that information.
Senior Julia James shares a similar experience of waiting for her results. After waiting over 24 hours for her results, she sent in a help request form.
So I created the account with that email address, and then for 2 days was just refreshing it, being I know they said it would take up about 24 hours, and I was being overeager at 6 hours, but okay, now it's been 32, now it's been 48, where are they?
The company quickly responded and had her verify her information. A day later, the results were in.
All in all, it was took 2-3 days for me to get them back, because it was the afternoon of the second day where I was they said it would take 24 hours, that I submitted the help request and then got them.
While there are different causes behind students' delayed results, it's also worth noting that these are PCR COVID tests, which take a bit longer than the rapid tests that the university has been giving. For more information or to schedule your asymptomatic COVID test, visit coronavirus.olemiss.edu.
Thanks, Kaylee. An Oxford board meeting held in early February proposed an updated sound ordinance. The ordinance limits sound indoors for commercial businesses to 85 decibels between 10 a.m. and 1 a.m. Businesses with enclosed areas such as patios, rooftops, yards, or other areas should not operate equipment or produce any other sound in excess of 85 decibels between 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. Sunday through Thursday, and 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Businesses with enclosed or outdoor areas may request to permit the extend the hours to 1 a.m. Tenny Hill says they are not trying to change the sound ordinance pertaining to Oxford Downtown Square District on the square, as they have not had any complaints in that area. Stores have experienced shortages and delays in deliveries since pandemic restrictions began earlier this year, one of those being local liquor stores. Tommy Bruce of the Star Package Store claiming they used to put in orders that would only take 1 or 2 days, now it's taking up to 17 days to get an order. A cap was set to limit the amount of liquor businesses can order as a result of the pandemic. Early February, state representatives sent House Bill 997 to the state Senate. The bill proposes privatizing the sale of alcoholic beverages in the state and would allow for stores to purchase their supplies directly from distributors rather than through ABC. There has been little response from the company on the issue, but they have stated the problem will be resolved. The Oxford Board of Aldermen approved to request the interest demeanor offenses and violators by $10. There is currently a $10 assessment that goes towards computers, furniture, and other equipment needed for court duties. Nelson says an Attorney General's opinion allows courts access to the $10 to help decrease costs of salaries for prosecutors and public defenders. Cold weather is ahead. Grayson Wolf will let you know what's to expect next.
And coming up on Stormwatch, we've got the latest on winter weather conditions headed our way. Stay tuned.
You think getting dumped by text is harsh? Try getting dumped by a tennis ball. My ex-owner drove me out to the woods, yelled fetch, and by the time I brought the ball back, he was gone. Yeah, I was pissed. But the folks at the shelter helped me let go of my anger. I learned coping skills, like taking it to the hole. Boom! Now I'm ready to fetch again. But how about I throw and you run and get it?
Each year, hurricanes and major flooding threaten cities, towns, and rural homes across the Gulf states. So chances are there will be more storms and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Good evening, and thank you for tuning in to Stormwatch. I'm Grayson Wolf. Looking at our current temperatures, we are at 33 degrees in South Haven, 38 here in Oxford, 36 in Holly Springs, 44 in Tupelo, and 41 in historic Corinth. Looking at our current temperature here in Oxford, we are at 38 degrees. It's cloudy out there. Winds are moving north to northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour with a 6% chance of rain. Looking at tonight's forecast, we are at 31 degrees. It's cloudy yet again. Winds are moving north at 10 miles per hour with a 4% chance of rain. And looking at tomorrow's forecast, that number 31 is here to stay. Cloudy yet again as well. Winds are moving north at 10 to 15 miles per hour with a 23% chance of rain. And looking at the weekend ahead, happy Valentine's Day or Singles Awareness Day if you're not too lucky in that department. Whether you're going out on a date this weekend or going to pick up takeout for your nightly Netflix binge, make sure to bundle up because it is going to be cold. And wherever you're going, make sure to drive safely because we are expecting icy road conditions throughout the weekend and the days to come afterwards. That's all we have at Stormwatch. Thank you.
You told me not to talk to strangers. You told me not to cross the street without looking both ways.
You told me not to touch the stove.
You told me not to do drugs.
You told me not to drink and drive.
You gave me so many messages about how to stay safe. Why didn't you keep me safe by properly storing your gun?
I am a nurse,
a firefighter, a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm and disaster that threatens my community. I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
The Ole Miss men's basketball team has beaten yet another top 10 ranked opponent after upsetting Missouri on Wednesday night. The Rebels put on an offensive clinic after shooting 57% from the floor, which is their best shooting percentage in an SEC game since 2015. Joy Carroll Joyner led the way with 21 points, and Luis Rodriguez had a career-high 15 points. The Rebels dominated on the glass while holding Missouri to their second lowest scoring total in SEC play. Offensively, the Rebels put on one of their best performances of the season, leading up to the largest top 10 victory since 2002. Defensively, KJ Buffin finished with 2 steals and 3 blocks to go along with his team-high 6 rebounds. Ole Miss head coach Kermit Davis says he feels pretty comfortable with where his team stands coming off such a big win.
So, we're playing well at the right time, a lot of basketball ahead, but it is, Ben. It's kind of starting to look like the team that we envisioned.
After facing another top 10 team at home, the Rebels look to keep up their momentum and their win streak alive as they head out on the road tomorrow to face South Carolina. It will be their 4th road contest in 6 games, set to tip off on 5 p.m. on SEC Network. From the court to the diamond, the Ole Miss 2021 baseball season is approaching quickly as the Rebels are set for an inter-squad scrimmage tomorrow at noon. Admission will be free on a first-come, first-served basis for Rebel fans to catch an early glimpse of their squad, which the coaches polls are projecting to win the SEC West. Last season, the Rebels closed the year ranked in the top 5 nationally and extended their streak to 36 consecutive weeks in the top 25. Ole Miss will open the season on the road next weekend and face 3 top 10 teams at the State Farm College Baseball Showdown in Arlington, Texas. Back to the courts, the Ole Miss volleyball team was unable to keep the pace in the rivalry matchup against Mississippi State earlier today. 4 Rebels finished with 5+ kills as freshman right side Samantha Snitter led the team with 7. The Rebels couldn't shake the slow start as they fell to 0-11 on the season, but despite not earning a win, the Rebels look to up the tempo as they face Mississippi State for round 2, which is currently airing now on the SEC Network. And finally, serving it over to the tennis court, the Ole Miss men's tennis team has canceled their road trip to take on Oklahoma State and Tulsa due to inclement weather over the weekend. The road trip had already been rescheduled from the end of January due to COVID protocols. The women's team is still set to face off against North Alabama this afternoon. The Rebs swept the Lions when they met last year and will look to duplicate that success today to regain a winning record on the season. That's all I got for sports. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at Newswatch_UM and on Instagram at Newswatch Ole Miss. Kennedy, back to you.
Up next, we've got a reason for you to put on those friendly eyes and brush off those social skills after the break.
I just found out my work party is a +1. You want to go? This is my boss, Ella.
Nice to meet you, Greg.
You're welcome. Nope, I'm high. But I'll clean the kitchen while you're gone.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
Pool party at Jesse's. Can you drive? I'm toasted.
Nope, I'm high. But I can order us a ride.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
We are Ole Miss Rebels. As Mississippi's flagship university, we dig deeper, see farther, work harder. We pioneered human organ transplants. We helped prove Einstein's theory of gravitational waves. We are distinguished as a Carnegie R1 top 2.5% research institution. We are Ole Miss, transforming lives and the world.
If you were looking for a reason to reach out to a coworker or finally say hey to that classmate who always sits next to you in sociology class, then today is your day. It's National Make a Friend Day. Today encourages anyone to make a special effort to deepen a connection with either an acquaintance or a stranger, always observed on February 11th. That's all we have for today. Thank you for tuning in to Newswatch Ole Miss. Make sure to follow our social media pages for all updates. I'm Kennedi Cooper. Thank you and have a wonderful weekend.